Hey good people, Batavia here. So we're outside in the garden and I want to take you through my plans for both my spring and summer plantings. My overall goal for a bunch of years has been to really be a 3-season gardener, dipping my toe into winter. So the 3 seasons for me would be spring, summer, then fall, with the harvest still being available to me as we get into the early part of winter. And I've made some great strides. This year I feel probably the most prepared for it. So we'll talk about planting certain things in the spring, which again prefer cooler weather, your broccolis, your peas, things like that. And then how I'm transitioning my spaces over into more heat loving plants. So things that really thrive in the summer, your tomatoes, your melons, your beans, things of that nature. And so with the way my garden is designed, it does present its own set of challenges. And so over the years, I've tweaked things, I've made adjustments, I've tossed some ideas, I've introduced some new things with the goal of really being the most productive, creating a really diverse planting area in this small space I have to grow in the middle of Chicago. So let's go ahead and dig in. Okie doke. So big thank yous to those who like, watch, comment, share, and subscribe to Be Better Garden. I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed already, consider it. So this first bed, we're going to start with sweet peas along the trellis, and then inside of the bed, once the weather officially warms up, we'll do sweet corn. Over here, I'm just going to tell you, I'm hours away from finalizing this, but for now it's either going to be potatoes or tomatoes. And there are 2 reasons why I'm kind of stuck. I actually have a volunteer potato plant there, but potatoes get ugly as they kind of wrap up, right, if you let them die back. And this is the beginning of the front yard garden, so I'm just kind of being conscious of the aesthetic. Potatoes are a good candidate up here. I'm planting them in the spring. They'll be ready to harvest at some point midsummer, and this leaves room for fall crops. So I am in the place where I'm hours away from planting out potatoes, so I need to make my decision. There's one more space in the backyard we'll see as a candidate. By the time you see this, something in the potato family will be planted up here or maybe in the backyard garden. We'll see. So this little narrow bed, which I do call an actual raised bed, has a bunch of volunteers, everything from cilantro to lettuce that's popped up. So these are things that are self-seeded from previous years. And we have some mustards that really went to flower pretty quickly. But the plan for this space is to grow cucumbers here. And so this is something new for this area. I have a real thought around cucumbers dangling from the fence here. I'm going to put another layer of either kind of like twine or like this fencing here that I use. I guess you could call it fencing. Here, I'll either use this or like twine to help the cucumbers trellis up. But in addition to the look, in my mind, a part of my goal is to also share with people that pass by that there's actual food that I'm growing in this front yard, with the idea of you too can grow food in your front yard, or at least in some part of your yard. So we're going to do that. I'm just thinking about that space for summer, not thinking about kind of spring or fall necessarily. So strawberries. And I have some more that are popping up. I'm going to move these strawberries. I have some new runners down here. It's just not in a convenient space for me to cover them from the squirrels and actually keep up with the harvest. So we're going to transplant those. This is a space that I'm dedicating to potatoes. So they're going to be like 2 raised bed spaces. This one and either the bed over here or a bed in the backyard. And I'll dig in as we get into more like this is how the garden's going. But asparagus, you see the ferns, such a disappointment. This is year 3 and I've basically gotten like 3 spears that were like fit to eat. I mean, everything could be eaten, but I was really expecting a big bang this year and I didn't get it. but we're going to move on. I planted tomatoes last year. This year I'm going to put my onions in, the sweet onions that I started by seed. And again, we'll pull, that's another volunteer sunflower here. We'll pull the sunflower, the weeds that are growing up, my garlic here. So any space I'm doing garlic, which is in that round fire pit, and in these two narrow beds, it's a better look. There are a few different varieties I'm growing this year, but any space I'm growing garlic, I'm thinking about what I'll plant in the fall, since the garlic that I've planted in previous years is about ready to harvest at some point in July. In July, you can still plant some summer plants, but you really have to be particular about what you put in the garden at that time of year, and kind of temper your expectations about how much of a harvest you're going to get. So I'm thinking about something that's more for fall to follow the garlic. Maybe for these narrow beds, it's something like carrots. We'll see. That's still to be determined. So I have year over year volunteer cilantro that I end up letting go to seed, and then it comes back the next year. But this bed is going to be, for most of the season, my beloved collards. And so my intention is to plant them, and that's probably going to be over the next week or so. In Chicago here, I'm actually able to grow something like collards and even cabbage all throughout the spring and summer. They do pretty well with very minimal bolting. I'm bringing it back over here to see these PVC pipes that I spray painted, I think last year, and I used them for the front yard garden. So the hoops will go in the beds, and then I'll use the black netting that you see laying flat. It'll basically cover the hoops. I forgot to mention, instead of strawberries, I think I'm going to do for spring just some lettuce. I have some transplants in the back. They're doing pretty well. Started from seeds a number of weeks ago, so I think I'm going to start with that, and then I think I'm going to do string beans, like pole beans, and I have a couple of options for trellises for that. Okie doke, so backyard garden. I like to reference it as being under construction this time of year, because things are in various states. I have a couple of jugs over there that I am trying a very late version of winter sowing in. I want to have some work done on my deck this year, so I don't plan on planting on the deck in these containers. So I'll need to move those at some point later this spring, early summer. Buckets over there, I've typically done peppers, which have done wonderful there. And then this space last year had tomatoes, and that's the reason why you have that PVC type rectangle structure. I put netting around it. There's a short video on the channel, and then a longer video where it's kind of the visual of me putting together if you're interested. But it worked out so well last year. And the intention last year was basically to move the structure over to this bed here. But this is where the indecisiveness of this gardener steps in. This is the space that I wanted to do spring spinach, which you can see some of it came up, some of it didn't. But I also wanted to do transition into tomatoes. But immediately when I see potato volunteers, I think twice. So this is that first long bed in the back, the front yard garden, and this bed. This is where the decision around potatoes lie. Now I'm thinking, starting where the volunteers are from here over, do a new set of potatoes here, right? I don't have to worry about kind of the unsightliness of when they die back. It's in the backyard. Basically, I'm going to see it. And all of y'all when I share my garden. And then from the volunteers this way, I'll do sweet corn. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. You have a lot of more sunflowers, which, there's a bit of they're kind of just magical. And I am going to be disciplined this year and pull them, because as they sit on the corner of this bed, I think, well, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure that piece out. If I plant tomatoes here, I'll dig up and try to transplant those potato plants. One could argue that, that space isn't ideal for potatoes or tomatoes, since they're in the same family, since some of them were grown there last year. I don't know, I'm getting all twisted up in my head. All right, let's focus on a space where I do know for sure where I'm growing. And when I say I'm sure, I actually had to pull up the Planter app, and I designed, this is they're a sponsor of the Backyard Gardens podcast, which I'm on as a co-host, new episodes every Thursday. But it's been super helpful because now I can remind myself of what I wanted to plant here. So this space will be cabbage, a couple of broccoli plants. Now, I've shared before, but it's important, I believe, that I share it again. Cabbage in my Chicago garden does well spring to summer. At least it has in previous years, right? A lot of places, it gets too warm to grow something like cabbage. Broccoli is going to be a test. Planting broccoli at this point in the season, it's a chance that it may not produce heads. It just may start to bolt, but I'm going to take the chance. And then we're going to drop in some onions. So that's the space here. So I have a few green stalks that I am going to be planting out in, and so this one won't stay here. I am actually going to use this row that I've been planting various containers in, or in various containers over the years. I'm going to line up the green stalks. This is assuming that I can get to a space where I feel like this part of the concrete patio is level. So that's the plan for the green stalks, the vertical planters. And then let's get to, oh wait, did we cover off on, so the tall bed. So I'm going to mark this as undecided. These these are sitting here, the cages, because I thought peppers. So this has been here probably since like late last year or early this year. And so a part of me says, yeah, go for that, which just may be what it is, with a couple of things sprinkled in. So yeah, still undecided. Carrots here for spring. We'll figure out what to do. It could just be like plug plants like lettuce, getting closer to the fall. So we got a good bit of rain last night, and I haven't come in. I'm just starting to harden off my summer-like plants. Like I brought them out for the first time yesterday, and this is one of those, maybe consider doing as I say and not as I do. These plants, unless we get some real frigid temps, won't go back inside again. They may go into the garage on cooler nights, but they are going to stay outside. Move them inside of the cage, baby, only because 2 springs ago I had transplants, that I was hardening off, and a family of raccoons overnight decided to, just play around with them. So I actually didn't want to move them inside of the cage, baby, only for 2 reasons. One, I've been weeding in here, and so I don't have any real mulch, and I just wanted to be careful of the splatter. Those that are sitting on top of the milk crates are fine, but there's some further down that are a little bit closer to the soil. I also have some things like celery here and chard, which isn't necessarily spring. It's probably more of a warmer season planting. Maybe it's somewhere in between. So this is a good example of some of the herbs that are kind of just sitting in the soil, and I see a little bit splash up. Not the end of the world, but not ideal. So these plants on this side will probably stay inside of the cage, maybe until I get them planted. The plants over there will move back to the very top of the back porch, because that's shadier, and they're only on day 2 of hardening off. Now, the important part is we have a lot of overcast today. So this space is really, really sunny. That's another reason why they can't stay here. And I want to kind of finish up my weeding and get these beds inside of the cage maybe amended so I can get to planting, which is a good segue. All right, pulling up the app again, but I know the reason why I'm thinking this will be my little station area for the next several weeks for things that are ready to be hardened off and get sun, because this is a very sunny spot. This is going to be a sweet potato patch. And at this point, I think I'm just going to amend mulch and then plant out the sweet potato slips like in the first week of June, weather allowing. So this is going to be a good area where plants can basically graduate to until I get them planted. inside of this little bitty, like in between space, I'm gonna put a tomato plant. Yep, we took a year off, trying to do a bit of crop rotation, and so we're gonna try a tomato plant right in that space, and then one next to it, right at the beginning of this longer bed. And then we're gonna do a mixture of things. So there are going to be some summer plants here, some spring things. I'm going to do basically a line of onions all the way across the space. And then we'll do something like whatever brassicas I have left, like broccoli or cauliflower, only because I know that those plants won't stay in the garden long. I'm going to do some celery. You saw some of those here. My parsley, I think, which is there. I think I'm going to do that more so in containers. I haven't fully decided yet. This is the beginning of, I thought I dumped this out. I knew we were going to get rain last night, but this is still me weeding, which is very hard for me not to do this before I plant. But yeah, today's still a good day for it since things are a bit still damp when it comes to the soil. And lastly, as an aside, this is like a concrete mixer or something. It's something for, that kind of work, but it's super duper helpful. I got it from Menards for as I mix up my soil. I find it helpful, and it's not too big, not too small. So I had collard plants in here last year, and I'm going to remove the roots, basically dump soil either in here, or I have another kind of little wagon that I use for soil, and mix that up. And then I'm going to do it's whatever seed potatoes I have left, I'm going to grow along this line here. Out. All right, sorry. I don't know, some type of, like, I don't know, dragonfly or something. Garden's a dangerous place. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them below. And I look forward to seeing y'all on the next one.